Hi, kids. How you doing? All right. You okay over there?
Just getting situated, Grandpa.
Well, okay. Why don't we give them their singers a round of applause because they tried. Ha ha ha.
They tried real hard. Give them a round of applause.
Yeah.
Woo! Yeah.
Well, there. All right. I'm Grandpa Bob.
And I'm granddaughter Candy.
Hi, Candy.
Hi, Grandpa Bob.
Candy,
Grandpa Bob,
you want to hear a story?
I want to hear a story, Grandpa Bob.
Okay.
It's about these beautiful kids.
I don't see any kids.
Hey, question, Grandpa Bob.
What?
What'd you do with those two really handsome guys? Chris and Levi, they're really handsome. I
Well,
just couldn't stop looking at them.
Candy, what's your daddy tell you about boys?
Just
Okay.
stop looking at them.
Okay. Well,
But I couldn't.
Candy, let me talk. I wanted to be up here tonight, so I tied him up.
Grandpa!
It's
That's
okay.
terrible!
They'll be all right. I give them some water.
They were so handsome. They don't deserve that.
They'll be fine.
This is a story about that beautiful kid right there.
My eyes are kind of bad. Can't really see.
Well, I hope it involves some of these beautiful people.
Well, okay. I'll tell you a story. Can I have my helpers come up?
Look at all these lovely people.
I really can't see them because my eyes are bad.
That one right there is especially handsome.
Yeah, whatever, Candy. Hey, children. My helpers up here? Okay.
Are they standing in a row? Chinto! Chinto! Has anyone seen Chinto? He's looking at me. Oh, I got my grandpa's eyes.
Okay, Candy, you ready for a story?
I'm ready.
Okay. All right, well, there once was a boy named Owen.
Oh, and that's a pretty name.
Owen, can you wave at the
A handsome name. Wave at the crowd, Owen.
Did he wave?
No.
Owen, wave at the crowd. Did he wave? Did you wave, Owen? Okay, he waved, whatever. Okay. Well, Ken. Owen, it was Owen's granny's birthday. Is Owen's granny out there? Owen's granny, wave your hand.
Wave your hand, Granny.
Did you wave her hand? Okay, good. Okay. Candy, what are you doing? Sit still.
My legs are just getting so sore.
Okay. Well, so Owen said, wait a minute. I forgot the story.
Grandpa, you're getting so old.
I know. That's what I told my grandma, my wife, before she died. Ha! Okay.
That's terrible.
It's okay. We miss her. We miss her so bad, but she's in a better place. Candy, let me tell you a story. Okay. Ready for a story? Okay.
Ready for the story.
Okay. So, Owen's granny asked Owen, what do you want to send Granny for her birthday? And Owen said, a giant hug.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah, or whatever. Okay. He opened his arms as wide as he possibly could to show how giant the hug would be.
As wide as mine.
Owen, did you open your hands?
Open your hands, Owen.
Okay. Do you want to draw a picture of hugging Granny? His mother asked. Owen said no. I want to send a real hug. I'll give the mailman a hug and ask him to send it to Granny. Huh? They gathered their letters and walked to the post office in town. Soon they got in front of the line and Mr. Owen called out, wait a minute, Mr. Nevin. He called out next. Mr. Nevin, can you call out next?
Next.
Thank you.
Ooh, Nevin's handsome.
Candy, stop it. Okay. I want to mail a hug to my granny. Will you please send it? Owen asked in his most polite voice, because back then kids were polite.
Not as polite as you are.
Point. Okay, well, we don't normally send hugs, but I suppose we could give it a try, Mr. Nevin said. Owen's mother wrote down Granny's address for Mr. Nevin. Owen walked behind the counter. Walk behind the counter for me, Owen. I think there's a counter there somewhere. He opened his arms as wide as he possibly could, and he gave Mr. Nevin a giant hug. Did he give him a hug yet? Okay. Please make the hug just as giant when you pass it to the mailman, Owen said. Oh, I won't see the mailman who delivers it to your granny. I gave the mail to Mr. Porter, who sorts it and puts it in the truck to the big city. After that,
Grandpa, your lips are...
Don't.
Your lips are moving with the words.
All right, now, Candy, what I tell you about being respectful? Okay, well, let's talk about the story, not my lips. Well, then, you will have to hug Mr. Porter, then, Owen said, as Mr. Nevin carried the mail to Miss Porter. Mr. Nevin, give the mail to Miss Porter, please. Did he give it? Okay. Mr. Levin, that's not his name. Mr. Nevin looked down awkwardly at Miss Porter as he handed her the mail and the address of Owen's granny. He blushed, mumbled, and, here's the hug. Did he give the hug? Did they hug yet? Oh, thank you.
That was awkward and I didn't even see it.
Mr. Porter smiled. Mrs. Porter smiled as she sorted the mail. Just then, the driver came to collect the mail bound for the big city. The big city, I said. As the driver lifted the last heavy bag of mail, Mr. Porter said, Leroy, Miss Porter, why, I can't tell my story right because, Candy, you're just not being respectful.
Oh, sure, it's my fault.
Always. Miss Porter said, Leroy, one more thing. Someone is sending a hug to his granny. Here's the address and here's the hug. Can we get a hug? Miss Porter opened her arms as wide as she possibly could and gave Leroy a giant hug. Leroy laughed and said, now that's a piece of mail you don't see too often. Leroy whistled on the way to the big city. Can Leroy whistle? There it is. After unloading...
I can't whistle, Grandpa.
Yeah, well, I taught you better than that. Oh. Leroy whistled on the way to the big city. After unloading the mail, he checked the schedule to see who was driving the mail to the airport. It read James. Leroy found James in the break room eating his morning snack. Hi, James. I know this seems a little odd, but a hug is being sent through the mail to someone's granny, and this is her address. Leroy said. That's what he said. Leroy opened his arms as wide as he possibly could and gave James a giant hug. Where's the hug? James cringed. He was not the hugging type, but he would do his job. Later that afternoon, James arrived at the airport. He was a mail handler when the mail was being loaded onto the plane. That mail was taken to the plane a few minutes ago, the mail handler said. James rushed to the plane where Captain Johnson was getting ready to board. Captain, a kid is sending a hug through the mail to his granny. Here's the address, and here's the hug, James said with a grimace. James opened as wide as he possibly could and gave Captain Johnson a giant hug. Now isn't that a grand way to start the day, Captain Johnson bellowed. Did we get a hug out there? Yeah. Oh. When the plane landed, Captain Johnson walked to the airport post office. He saw Amanda standing next to the mail truck, looking sad. Hello, are you driving the truck to the city, Captain Johnson asked. Amanda nodded glumly. A hug is being sent through the mail, Captain Johnson announced. Captain Johnson opened his arms as wide as he possibly could and gave Amanda a giant hug. Did we have a hug? Amanda brightened and said, thank you. Amanda said, thank you. She bobbed her head to the music as she drove. After unloading the mail, Amanda went to find Chad, the driver taking the mail to Granny's town. Chad, a hug is being sent through the mail. here's the address, and well, here's the hug, Amanda said as her face turned red. Amanda opened her arms as wide as she possibly could and gave Chad a giant hug.
She sure is turning red.
Hey, I told you to listen, not talk. Children are to be seen and not heard. Chad chuckled and said finally, do you want to go dancing tonight? I'd love to, Amanda exclaimed. Yeah, okay. Did they go dancing yet? Chad kicked up his heels and hopped in the truck. Early the next morning, Chad drove to Granny's town. As he prepared to return to the city, he remembered the hug. Who will be delivering the mail to Penside today? Chad asked the supervisor. Shelley, but he's not here, Miss Greenberg said as she adjusted her glasses. Does Miss Greenberg have glasses? Yes. Did she adjust them? Yes. Good for her. Please pass this along to her, Chad said. Chad opened his arms as wide as he possibly could and gave Miss Greenberg a giant hug. Did we have a hug? Yes. Thank you. Yes. Miss Greenberg gasped with surprise and her glasses tilted to the side. Shelley, I need a word with you, Miss Greenberg called when Shelley arrived. A hug is being sent through the mail to a boy's granny, and you are the mailwoman delivering it, Miss Greenberg said. Miss Greenberg opened her her arms, as wide as she possibly could, and gave Shelley a giant hug.
Your memory's about as bad as your eyes, Grandpa.
Children are to be seen and not heard. Granny will be delighted, Shelley exclaimed. Shelley stopped to smell the flowers as she delivered the mail from door to door. She saw Granny gardening in the yard. Miss Lewis, I have a special delivery for you, Shelley said. Your grandson sent you a hug. Shelley opened her arms as wide as she possibly could and gave Granny a giant hug. Granny grinned. Did Granny grin yet? Okay. That's the most wonderful piece of mail I've ever received. You send that grandson of mine a big kiss. Granny puckered up her lips and gave Shelley a big, wet kiss on the cheek. Did we have a kiss? Okay. All right, Candy. That's the end of the story.
The end of the story?
Yes.
I wanted to see the last part.
One more time?
No, the kissing part.
All right. So, can we get the kissing part one more time?
No, I want to see it go back through the mail.
That's not the way it works. You can send a hug, but not a kiss.
Why?
That's just the way God made it. All right. Well, my voice is tired. You're tired. It's time for bed.
Oh, no, Grandpa.
And it's probably time for the kids to be going along. What do you think? Yes? All right. Well, since Chris and Levi aren't here,
they sure are handsome.
Candy, y'all are just gonna be dismissed because I can't say lean t-shirt. So, you can go with your group leaders to stations now. Thank you very much for your attention. Ha!